What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined tonight by the man, Brian DeGenero. How we doing, Brian?
Fantastic, Pat. How are you?
Can't complain. Listen, before we do get started tonight, everyone be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're going live before and after every Yankees game this season, pumping out content left and right. You guys know the deal. But tonight, what I do want to talk about is, bro, the Yankees offense finally came alive. Like, first few games of the season, completely lifeless. I mean, even in the one game that they did win, they just had so many missed opportunities to the point where everyone's getting frustrated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've been saying that they needed a blowout victory in the worst way, just to kind of get spirits up. And who better to get that against than the Baltimore Orioles? Like, the Yankees absolutely destroy the Orioles, especially at home. So we knew this was coming. Jordan Montgomery gave them a fantastic start as well. Your word, fantastic. But one guy I kind of want to focus on tonight, Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, he hit the grand slam of the night, kind of put the Yankees way out ahead. I think it's good to see like Stanton kind of turning a corner because he had an amazing spring. Started off the season a little bit slow. That was his first hit of the season, the grand slam. So like I would say that this is probably like a sign of good things to come for him, right? Because we know if he's healthy, he's going to put up really good numbers.
Yeah, and we've been seeing him put up pretty good at bats. It's just he hasn't been getting hits. But this was a no doubter. I mean, it was just a monster shot. I think it was 115 miles an hour exit velocity. Yeah. Like it was a moonshot, and he pimped it so hard, and it was just so great to see.
471 feet, Brian.
Oh,
471 feet. But yeah, listen, the Yankees have quite a few guys in their offense that they're gonna need to start producing like these type of numbers if they plan on making a deep run this season. And like we mentioned, Stanton's one of them. Another one of those guys is Aaron Judge. Was kind of knocked for kind of blowing some clutch at bats early on so far in the season. But he did have an opposite field home run last night against the Orioles. He went 2 for 3, 1 walk. But Yankee fans still found a way to boo him after he struck out with the bases loaded against a guy who was making his MLB debut. Like, how does this man get booed after putting up such a good night? I mean, bro, he's batting like 300 on the season.
Yeah.
Like, what more do Yankees fans want from him?
They want a home run every time he gets up. That
has to be the case, right? Because like there's nothing else he could do to kind of prove himself.
Yeah. Exactly. No, and he looked really good tonight. He had some really good at bats. Like you said, he had that or last night, sorry. He had a nice home run, which was really just his strength because, he just kind of like fisted it out.
Pushed it over there.
Yeah, into right field. It just got over the fence. But that's what you like to see from Judge. If he's putting the ball into right field, he's going to use that short porch.
Yeah.
And he's been looking pretty good.
Yeah. And like that's exactly what you want to see from him.
Exactly.
But another guy that I do want to mention, another member of the Yankees outfield too, Aaron Hicks. Yeah. Start the season, he's kind of like the 2021 version of Gary Sanchez, you could call him, especially among the Yankees fan base. They absolutely despise Hicks to start the year just because like Yankees fans, like they always got to find somebody to rip to shreds to start the season, right? A couple years ago it was Stanton, last year was Gary, this year it's Hicks. Yeah. But I think what Hicks kind of showed on Monday was progress. He didn't have the best day at the plate. I mean, that's okay. But he did make progress at the plate. He's having better at-bats. He drew a bases-loaded walk to drive in a run. Huge. I think Hicks is going to come around. Yeah. I don't know if we're ever going to see like that 2018 Hicks where I think he hit like 28 home runs. I don't know if we're ever going to see that again. But as long as Hicks can like get on base, that's all the Yankees necessarily need out of him. But I don't know if he's a 3-hitter. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, we saw the first few games of the season. It just seemed like he had no idea what was going on the plate. He wasn't seeing the ball well. He was swinging at pitches that he normally does not swing at. And he just seemed completely lost. But last night we saw he's seen the ball better. He's picking the right pitches to swing at. His timing is still off, so he's not getting those hits. But he's seeing the ball better, and that's a great sign. That's what we want to see. Because if he's seeing the ball, he's still going to draw walks. He's still going to get on base. And that's what we need from him. And yeah, like you said, I don't know that we'll ever see another 28 home run season from him, but we don't need that from him. We have guys that in the lineup to hit home runs around him. We just need him to get on base, and that's what he does best.
Yeah, and I know like a lot of people do complain about like that 3-hole spot. Right. As long as he gets on base, I'm not opposed to it. But if he continues struggling, you might have to move him down eventually.
Yeah, I think it might be a good opportunity to move him down now. Just to give him that opportunity to kind of build up and get his footing. Otherwise, I do like him high in the lineup because he gets on base so much and he sees so many pitches. So having him early in the lineup, making him see, get to those pitchers early, we like that. But
Yeah.
when he's not hitting, it's tough to justify having him in the 3 spot.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a whole though, like the Yankees lineup is really starting to come together.
Yeah,
We saw all spring they kind of struggled as a collective. So
yeah,
I don't think that there was any reason to assume right when the regular season started they were just gonna flip a switch and just light it up. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
So, but one guy that is lighting it up to start the season, Clint Frazier in
Oh
left
yeah.
field, and he kind of proved it even more on Monday night. I believe he went 1 for 3 with a walk.
Hmm.
He's just putting up really good at bats every time he comes up, and we predicted this to start the year. Clint Frazier's entering the season for the first time as the Yankees solidified starting left fielder, and
Hmm.
he's going to prove it. We
Yeah.
know that he's not going to squander this opportunity. I predicted he's going to be an All-Star this year, going to finish top 10 in MVP voting. He has that kind of potential,
He
and so
does.
far, I would say he's proving it.
Yeah, and let's not forget he's looked really good in the field, really comfortable, and
Other than the ball that got lost in the sun.
yeah, but that's gonna happen every now and then. That really you can't blame him for that. But he's looked good, and like I said, he's looked comfortable, and that's what you want to see from him because he's been so uncomfortable in the outfield in recent years. And last year he was a Gold Glove finalist, so we're looking to see him build upon that this year. And I think so far we've seen that.
Yeah. And listen, I'm just excited to see where Clint goes from here
Oh yeah,
because I would say like the projection for him is only up.
yeah, yeah, for
The,
sure. I mean,
but,
his
but
bat is so good. Like, you just need some consistency. If he's playing every day, if he's the starting left fielder and he's playing every day, he's only gonna get better.
yeah, legendary bat speed. We've heard that for years.
Legendary.
But yeah, listen, I think what it's important for us to remember, right? We mentioned this the other day. Like the Yankees are obviously going to have streaks throughout the season. Just because they score 7 runs one night and 1 run the next night, none of these individual games define who this team is on a
Right.
on a regular basis. You have to look at just a larger sample size of work, especially in a 162 game season. Let's
Hmm.
not get caught up of what 2020 was, where we're just examining small sample
Yeah.
sizes. That's why I think before we do judge a guy like Hicks or Gary,
Right.
who's kind of off to a slow start after the 2 home runs, but like let's actually like give them some time to just work their way throughout the season and just grind through things because last season it was all like everyone has to perform very well early on if you want to make the postseason. But we have time this season. Everyone
Yeah.
has time to come into their own, so do keep that in mind. But I think that is going to wrap things up for us today. Great win for the Yankees last night. You love to see the offense coming alive. Good sign of things to come moving forward. Love it.
Oh yeah.
But like I said previously, we're going live before and after every Yankees game this season. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you do know when we go live before and after every Yankees game. Daily recorded videos as well. Pumping out content left and right, Brian. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
But you guys know the drill. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Peace.